Good afternoon, Wales. So we have our next instalment of the 13-storey treehouse, and we're starting at chapter 11, The Giant Gorilla. But before we could get back to finishing our book, we had to clean up the mess the monkeys have made. There they are with their vacuums and brooms. Finally, after about 1,000 million trillion gazillion years, we had everything back to normal and were ready to start work again. I had just finished writing the words "once upon another time," and Terry had just finished pointing out that I had misspelled upon again when the table began shaking. There they are, on their shaky table. "Quit shaking the table," I said. "I'm not shaking the table," said Terry. "I thought you were shaking the table." "I'm not shaking the table," I said, as the treehouse began to sway. "Quit swaying the treehouse," said Terry. "I'm not swaying the treehouse," I said. "I thought you were swaying the treehouse." "It's not me," said Terry. "I think it's that giant gorilla down there." And there's the giant gorilla climbing up the tree. "But why would a giant gorilla be shaking our tree?" I said. "Beats me," said Terry. "It's not like a banana tree." "Of course," I said. "That's it. To the gorilla it is a banana tree. A giant banana tree." "Huh?" said Terry. "Isn't it obvious?" I said. "The giant banana we catapulted must have landed on a distant tropical island, where the giant gorilla lives." Yeah, if you look closely, I can even see dinosaurs as well. Very strange island. "And it found the giant banana and ate it." Banana. "And loved it so much that it made a boat out of the giant banana peel." There he is. "And its giant nostrils to track the giant banana's scent all the way back here." "And is now shaking our tree in the mistaken belief that it's a giant banana tree." "It seems a little far-fetched," said Terry. "And all that trouble for a banana." "A giant banana," I reminded him, "with extra giant banana flavour." Just then we heard the unmistakable roar of a giant gorilla that has travelled across the ocean in a giant banana peel boat in search of giant bananas. "Banana! Banana!" "I think you could be right," said Terry. "It would certainly explain why it's here, shaking our tree. What are we going to do?" "Give it more giant bananas, of course," I said. "We can't," said Terry. "The monkeys broke the banana enlarger." "Can't you fix it?" "Maybe, but it would take too long," said Terry. "They completely pulled it apart." "Well, we've got to do something," I said, "before it shakes the treehouse to pieces." "Banana!" roared the giant gorilla. "Banana!" "There were no bananas. There are no bananas here," shouted Terry. "Well, there was, but not anymore." "Banana!" roared the gorilla in response. "It's no use," I said. "Apart from the word banana, I don't think it speaks English." I wonder how it learnt the word banana. And then, just when we thought the day couldn't get any crazier, a white stretch limousine pulled up at our front door, and a chauffeur in a fancy uniform got out and rang our doorbell. called down to him.
"Which one of you is Terry?"
he said. "Me!" said Terry.
"Well," said the chauffeur, "I am very pleased to inform you that you have won first prize in the Barky the Barking Dog drawing competition, with your drawing of Barky on the beach."
There's Barky at the beach.
"Wow! I'm so excited!" said Terry. "What do I win?"
"You get to meet Barky," said the chauffeur.
"When?"
said Terry.
"Right now,"
said the chauffeur, opening the back door of the limousine.
"This is great,"
said Terry.
"Barky's here. Not only do I get to meet him, but he can save us and the treehouse."
"And how exactly is he going to do that?" I said.
"By barking, of course,"
said Terry. Right on cue, Barky emerged from the limo and began barking at the giant gorilla. He barked and barked and barked, and then the giant gorilla lifted up one of its gigantic feet and stomped on him. Squish! We watched as the chauffeur scooped up Barky and carried him off to the limo. "Do you think he's okay?" said Terry. "Well, he's still barking," I said.
"I didn't even really get to meet him,"
Terry sighed. And there he is, being scooped off. Meanwhile, the gorilla wasted no time in getting back to shaking the tree, only this time even harder than before.
"Oh no," said Terry. "We really are in trouble. Even Barky couldn't save us. What are we going to do?"
"Say goodbye to the treehouse," I said, "and say hello to the monkey house. Without the treehouse, we'll have nowhere to live and nowhere to write books."
"I hate monkeys,"
said Terry.
"And giant gorillas."
"Well, you've only got yourself to blame," I said. "If you hadn't sent away for those sea monkeys or fooled around with giant bananas in the first place, none of this would ever have happened." And there's the new monkey house. But Terry wasn't listening to me. He was looking up into the sky.
"Can you hear that?"
he asked. "You mean the sound of a giant gorilla destroying the treehouse?" I said. "Yup, coming through loud and clear."
"No," said Terry. "The sound of a flying cat. It's Silky. She's come back, and she's not alone."
And we will find out how the day Silky saved the day tomorrow. Have a lovely rest of your day, whales, and I hope you've been doing lots of work and doing as you are asked. See you all soon. Take care. Bye.